One of the stars of Grace and Frankie on Netflix, Brooklyn Decker. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Is this my first time with you?
Here, yes.
Here, yeah. Well, good to see you again.
Good to see you again. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You're just too busy.
We haven't seen each other in so many years.
You are too busy acting with Jane Fonda and Martin Sheen and Sam Waterston and Lily Tomlin. I mean, you're slumming.
Life is good. Life is good. I am the lowest on the totem pole. And it's a pretty good totem pole to be on.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
No, it's true. It's true.
Do you look around? I mean, honestly, because sometimes, when I'm at work, and it's my job to, obviously place people on the fly on the wall. I do sometimes stop and realize, some people would love to be right now here with Dion and Michael Irvin and whatever. Do you ever stop there and think that?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, you know how it is. Like you're supposed to be sort of, these are your contemporaries. You all work together.
They're your colleagues.
Right. They're your colleagues. You're supposed to kind of be above board. Like, I'm cool. This doesn't bother me at all. Mm-hmm. We've worked together 4 years, and to this day, I still get starstruck when I'm on set. I'm so quiet, and I just watch everything that they do. I mean, I think, I grew up in North Carolina where, like, you don't see famous people. Like, Larry Sprinkle is our weatherman, and he was the most famous person. I think he's still the weatherman in North Carolina, by the way.
Wait a minute. The weatherman's name is not
Larry
Sprinkle.
How perfect is it?
It cannot be.
I think it's real.
Is that a given?
I think it is. I hope it is. Let's just say it is.
Well, we have Dallas Reigns out here, right?
Yeah, that guy's great.
Yeah,
he's
the guy with the
But he's not in
tan.
Dallas?
No, he's here.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
But
I feel like that's an opportunity missed.
He is but I do believe he's got the Hall of Fame fake bake. He's
Fake
got the
bake,
George
the
Hamilton
hair.
thing.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I'm envious. I'm very envious.
Same.
My winter skin is very envious.
So Larry Sprinkle was
was the biggest celebrity I'd ever met, and so then to be on set with Jane Fonda and Martin Sheen and Sam Waterston, Lily Tomlin, it's very humbling. Truly, every day.
Plus, Martin Sheen is the president of the United States.
It's one of my favorite shows of all time. We studied it in politics in high school. We would study episodes of The West Wing. So to work with him, I get to call him Dad. It's wild.
Man, I would love to have been in that class.
Isn't that cool, by the way?
So you're taking politics.
Yeah.
And the teacher's like, let's watch The West Wing today?
Yes. Well, I took politics. It was my senior year of high school, and it was during an election year. It was Kerry Bush. And so during an election year, taking a politics class, watching The West Wing, it doesn't really get much better than that. And so as a 17, 18-year-old, I was completely just mystified by politics and policy, and that was thanks to my awesome teacher. Like, how cool is that?
So you're writing a paper on Rob Lowe? I mean,
pretty
seriously.
much, and talk about a nice tan,
Nice.
Like as a 17-year-old, that's a pretty fun thing to watch.
Brooklyn Decker here on the Rich Eisen Show. Okay, so you're from Ohio, right? Originally.
I was born in Ohio, Kettering, outside of Middletown.
So do you have any time, do you consider yourself an Ohioan?
I'm a North Carolinian. I grew up in North Carolina. Right. That's where I was raised, but I still have a lot of family in Middletown, Ohio. Okay. So we go back, love to visit, but yeah, North Carolina.
Okay, so that's why you became a Panther fan once they came into being.
Yes, right, so I was in the 4th grade when the franchise started in North Carolina, so that's why I'm a Panther fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the current state of your team?
I mean, I'm really excited about next year. Obviously, I'm bummed and was hoping we could go further, but I'm really excited about next year. We saw the team a few years ago. They're incredible. They have an incredible defense.
Right.
We had Olsen out for most of the season.
I love that guy, by the way. That guy is one of my favorite people.
He just seems like a good guy.
He is.
Do you know him?
I do.
That's exciting.
I do, and he's got a great career in sports broadcasting. Should he so choose? He's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's great in the community. He's definitely out there.
He's done a lot for Charlotte.
He has. Now, hold on a minute. More for Charlotte than Larry Sprinkle or less?
That's a tough call. I'm a Larry Sprinkle loyalist, so it's really hard for me to choose Olsen over Sprinkle.
I don't mean to put you on the spot.
Causing riots in the streets of Charlotte, unfortunately, with this debate. But no, I mean, Greg Olsen, he's just, we have so many guys like that on the team. I'm a huge Cam Newton fan. I know he's controversial. I'm a huge Cam fan. Kuechly, you have a lot of really great men on that team.
Ryan Khalil also. He's one of our favorites here on this show when he comes on here.
He and my husband have a Twitter bromance going on right now. They're following each other. They message each other.
Okay, now let's delve into this a little bit.
I don't know much about it. I'm kept in the dark, to be honest with you.
What do you mean?
A little concerning.
Like a DM situation?
They're DMing. Direct messaging. On Twitter, it might mean something else that I don't know about.
Okay,
so they're DMing all the time.
Khalil and Randy Roddick are going back and forth.
Apparently. Did you just call him Randy Roddick?
Did I?
I feel like that's fitting.
Did I?
For this
I don't
context.
know. Did we check the tape?
Maybe.
I feel like Randy Roddick DMing Khalil. We're really putting something out there.
That would be we'd be breaking news right now.
We're really creating some rumors.
Maybe I
but
mixed
yeah.
up Ryan's name with Andy's. Yeah, but
That's
okay.
a cute. Like if they were a couple, Randy Roddick.
There you go.
That could work.
Randy Colorado.
It's a tough one. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
We're workshopping and it failed.
Yeah, well, we'll practice. We'll mull it over. Yeah, but a huge fan of all of them.
Yeah. So okay, they almost took care of business against the Saints. How much have you been?
Thanks, Graham Gano.
I know. Oh.
No, I'm saying no. He like the first I think 9 points of the game were thanks to Graham Gano.
Oh,
I'm
I
being
see what you're saying.
serious.
Oh,
like
'cause-
we didn't have a point on the board.
I'm
It was
sorry.
our kicker.
I get very when kickers get mentioned. I'm pro
He's
kicker.
defensive.
I'm giving
I
him
get
props.
defensive. I didn't mean to get defensive.
No,
right there.
I'm giving him props. Like he actually put points on the board for the first, right? Like the first 9 points of the game were all thanks to Graham Gano. I think in that game.
Yes, the Saints were keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sometimes you have to depend on the kicking game.
Hey, I'm a go Gano.
Okay.
Go Gano.
By the way, I'm gonna trademark that. Would you please get that?
Name right there.
Trademark
I'll
that.
write down.
Again, Brooklyn Decker here on the Rich Eisen Show. Tell me about Finery. Tell me about what you're doing with Whitney Casey, right?
Yes.
Former anchor of CNN.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing?
So we started a website called Finery that's basically an operating system for your wardrobe. So if you've seen Clueless, I don't know if you've seen Clueless.
Who
The
hasn't
Clueless
seen?
closet,
Okay,
right?
sure.
So the Clueless closet, which is every person's dream, especially every woman's dream, we've actually created. And we just finished a round of funding, which is very hard for females in technology. We just closed at Christmas and it was announced on Tuesday.
Okay.
So we launched a website a year ago and our app just came out, finery.com. Go check it out. But basically what iTunes did for your music, when you thought about like actually transitioning from CDs to a digitized music collection, we're doing that for your wardrobe.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So just to, again, explain it to me. So you're now what, able to order something?
Yes. So you order something online. It's primarily for online shoppers. You order something online and it's automatically put into your wardrobe.
Okay.
And so the convenience of that is like, think about packing. You don't have to actually spend time in your closet. When you think about, you have your music, your banking, your travel, it's all mobile.
Yes.
And the one thing we don't really have mobile is our closet, right? Our physical belongings. You think about how much time is actually spent in your closet getting dressed. It's 2 hours a week.
So you input into something
We
digitally?
do it for you. It's all fully automated. You sign up with your email and we do it all for you.
Boy, you guys would be so embarrassed just to see listed in black and white what's in your guys' closets, I'm sure.
It's so cool because you
I'm not
forget what you
embarrassed.
own.
I'm not either.
You're not embarrassed. I'd love to
wait
see.
a
Not
minute.
embarrassed.
Hold on a second.
I'm not.
Could we? So let's just say this. Okay, your not just a closet. What about somebody's under the desk area?
Oh,
He has an issue.
Well, not anymore because I had to.
what kind of issue do you have under the
We
desk?
consolidated
Mike,
desks.
look, like if this needed to be some sort of shelter, he's good.
Really?
Oh yeah,
What do you have?
Well, there's usually. Oh, here we go.
there you go, Chris Brockman.
I don't know.
Peeps my mom sent me like 2 years ago.
Okay.
That's like Easter
never go
2015.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Would
they
you
just-
eat one right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're good for like 15 or 20 years.
No.
No.
I'll
Just
eat
do this.
one.
She just offered to eat one.
I offered to eat one. I don't want to eat one, but I would. If there were like a prize at the end.
Oh.
No, there's
right,
no
we won't
prize.
make
There's no prize.
No.
Then I'm not going to eat one.
All right.
I'm
for
not
you.
going to do it. Yeah.
Well, this is neat. This is great.
This
so you
is a
just,
great-
So,
yeah,
you, so your
great.
app.
You have peeps.
I don't know. So there's nothing fine or
peeps.
finery about that at all.
Well, I was expecting, you said if like the end of the world happens,
Well,
you'd be prepared.
I used to
expecting,
have
like,
about 8 dress shirts and 2 pairs of pants and a bunch of hats.
folded underneath the
we
underneath the
cleaned
desk.
a few
just in
months ago.
case.
You know, just life happens.
Or like if you get one of the alerts they got in Hawaii, you'd be ready to go. Like
Right,
you'd be
right.
looking.
If I have to hunker down,
spiffy.
there's a missile coming at
Yeah,
us.
you'd be like Costanza. You'd be shoving us out of the way going out the
Oh,
door.
yeah.
but
have
you'd
been
look
doing
nice
that.
doing it.
That's what I'm talking
There,
about.
you
you
go.
go.
Fantastic. at Brooklyn Decker on Twitter. Grace and Frankie season 4 premieres on Netflix starting tomorrow. When we come back for the television audience, we're going to see a clip of that. And then we come back. I do want to talk about your dogs
Okay.
and what they are named. One after an all-time tennis great, not named Andy Roddick,
Correct.
and one after an all-time sports broadcasting great,
Yep.
not named Rich Eisen.
Eisen.
Well, I don't want to say that because that means I'm calling myself a broadcasting great.
You are a broadcasting great, but let someone else say it for you. Right? Like, isn't that? Let us
that's why-
say it for you.
That's why.
Yeah, it seems a little
Yeah.
petty
Well, I-
calling
you noticed-
yourself.
I didn't know if you noticed that I paused.
You were
before
hoping I would
saying
jump
it.
in there.
Well, you were somebody.
Silence. It was met with silence.
Jeez.
My dog is not named Rich Eisen,
Okay,
unfortunately.
that's next here on the Rich Eisen Show. Another segment here with Brooklyn Decker. Again, Grace and Frankie. Season 4 premieres on Netflix tomorrow, starring, in part, Brooklyn Decker. So you have 2 dogs,
Two
correct?
dogs, yes.
Okay.
Billie Jean and Bob Costas.
Okay, now, let's walk us through here.
Let's talk about it.
One dog is named Billie Jean King.
After Billie Jean King, yes.
Okay, and the other dog is named...
Bob Costas.
Okay.
After Bob Costas.
Okay, after Bob Costas.
You would assume, yeah.
Okay.
To be totally honest with you, we thought about Rich. But Rich Roddick, it just was too
Didn't work?
douchey.
That's okay.
Couldn't do it. Like, I just couldn't name... Can I say that word? No, I can't. I did. I said it.
You're allowed to say it if it's appropriately applied. You are correct. Rich Roddick.
We can't name a dog Rich Roddick.
But
it just doesn't feel right.
Where did Bob Costas come from?
To be totally honest with you,
Yes.
so I grew up with all rescue dogs. We were just talking about that. And coincidentally, they all had B names when we adopted them. And so when Andy and I got our first dog, we wanted to give her a B name. And so, of course, we are huge fans of Billie Jean, and Andy adores her and knows her personally. So we named our dog naturally after Billie Jean. When we got our second dog, we just loved Billy and Bob, the idea of 2 dogs being Billy and Bob. And so we tried to think of like a tennis Bob, and we thought of an Olympics Bob Costas. And Andy might know Bob. We've never met. Bob Costas and I have never met, but he does know that our dog is named after him.
Well, you've never met Bob?
No, I have not.
Okay, is the actual real live Bob Costas on the line here on the Rich Eisen Show?
Yes, he is.
Are you there, Bob?
Yes, and I'm just calling to check on my namesake. Hello, Brooklyn, but really I'm more concerned with how my namesake is doing.
Hi, Bob Costas. We've never
Brooklyn
spoken
Decker.
before.
No, we haven't, and somehow you've managed, I'm sure, to house train and take care of Bob Costas, and the canine Bob Costas is thriving, I trust.
He has his good days and his bad days. House trained is generous. He occasionally leaves us a present on the couch. I hope you don't do the same. And he just got out of his cone last week. So no, we are not doing a great job raising our Bob Costas. But he is a wonderful, lovely fellow, I'm sure, much like yourself.
And, much like myself, he has his good days and his bad days. And, Rich,
Yes.
now that I'm no longer doing the Olympics, I'm not going to do the Super Bowl, this may be my single best ongoing claim to fame. That Andy and Brooklyn have a pup named after me.
Well, were you aware, Bob, of the dog being named Bob Costas?
The first time I became aware was when Brooklyn was a guest on The Tonight Show when Jay Leno was still hosting. And she dropped this bit of info on a breathless public, and I happened to be watching.
Come on. I had no idea. That's so funny.
True story.
Are you offended or are you flattered? Because it can go both ways. I mean, English bulldogs are not attractive dogs.
I am so flattered.
Okay,
and
good.
if in fact one were casting some sort of dog movie, the way they did the Cars series.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm Bob Cutlass.
Yes.
And they tried to make the car resemble me in some caricature kind of way. I don't think one would choose a bulldog to represent me. Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay. It may help my street cred in some small way, and that's all the help I can get.
I think they are beautiful, beautiful dogs, if that makes you feel any better. Beautiful dogs.
They are beautiful dogs. They don't seem like a perfect physical representation of me, but I'll take whatever you want to offer. It's all good.
Okay, so it's all good.
Thank you, Bob Costas.
Did you know you had
You're
no
welcome,
idea that
Decker.
when you were informing Jay Leno,
I had no idea.
you were also informing Bob Costas?
I had no idea. And Bob Costas, I can only call you by your first and last name now. So if we meet in person, it will be hello, Bob Costas. You must know that.
I'm ready for it. Thank you, Brooklyn Decker.
Well, I would say Bob Costas stay, but we're out of time, Bob.
Well, thank you, Rich Eisen.
Hey, thanks, Bob.
That is so
there
weird.
you go. That's Bob Costas.
What a surprise.
There you go.
Wow. We've never talked. We've never communicated. So strange.
Now, I would love to say, now, here's Billie Jean King on the phone right now, but
Yeah, no.
that didn't happen.
No, it didn't
but,
happen.
it could have gone Bobby Riggs. Did you guys not think that?
I didn't even, that sort of feels wrong. But no, we didn't even think of that.
If you're
Bob
looking...
Costas feels so right. Like Bob Costas Roddick. Right?
Oh, so is that how you refer? Is it
for sure.
hyphenated? Is it
no,
hyphenated?
it's just Bob Costas is his first name and Roddick is his last name. So we get calls from the vet and they're like, hello, We have Bob Costas Roddick ready for pickup, and and we call him Bob
That is
Costas.
just
So,
amazing.
and I feel like I love real Bob Costas because I love my dog so much. I feel like I know him.
You know
He's
what?
obedient. He adores me. He has a smell to him. You know. I don't know. Love that guy. A snort. I know the sounds he makes. Just love that guy.
Small and harmless.
No, why was your Bob Costas in a cone?
Oh gosh, he's a mess. Like the real Bob. No, I'm kidding. He's a mess. He had ACL surgery and then he got staph infection, and so we had to get the metal taken out, and that was 2 days after Christmas. It
Wait,
was a
dogs
bit of
have ACLs?
Dude.
Yes, he's had 2 ACL surgeries. Like, what is this? He's a diva. Like, my husband was a professional athlete, and he's never had an ACL surgery. You know what I mean? And my bulldog, who literally sleeps on a couch all day, has had 2 ACL.
I guess we should ask Bob how his knees are doing. The actual Bob.
Get him back on
No.
the
I think we're good. I think we're good.
Poor Bob Costas.
There you go. That was a lot of fun. Thanks for coming on here. There you go.
Thank you for having me. What an experience. It's so funny. Thank you.
You bet. Coming up next, Xavier Rhodes and his dog, Deion Sanders. We'll hook those guys up together. No, it's Xavier Rhodes and the Minnesota Vikings, and Trace Atkins, the country music star. Again, Finery.com. People should go to details.
Yep.
To try and just catalog your online buys and manage your closet.
Exactly.
All in one.
All in one
That is
place.
neat. That is
Thank
neat.
you.
And then Grace and Frankie. Is there like a
Netflix.
Grace and Frankie Christmas party where like Martin Sheen gets the eggnog and Sam Waterston?
We have rap parties.
Okay.
You know, and those get kind of fun.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime Jane Fonda's at a party, it's going to be fun.
I would agree with that.
Anytime.
Although it's Sam Waterston, I would just walk around just hearing that Law and Order thing.
He's like the most interesting man in the world. Like, he should be that guy. You know, he just has a swag about him. It's like a quiet swag.
Interesting.
Sits in a corner and just looks cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So again, check out Grace and Frankie. 4th season premieres on Netflix tomorrow night. This is a blast.
Thank you.
You bet. Hour number 3 of our show, Trace Atkins, also Xavier Rhodes, and you at the phone number 844-204-RICH. One more hour to go here on this Thursday edition of The Rich Eisen Show.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.